Is this recording? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, hi. So my name is, I'm Sensei Kumi, and I'm from Code Ninjas Halifax. And today, we're going to be doing our first robotics project, which is called a servo walker. So yeah, we're going to be constructing that today. I actually filmed this entire process already, but then halfway through editing, I realized, oh my goodness, I constructed the whole entire robot incorrectly. So this time, we're going to be building it correctly. So let's start off with our bento box of materials. Okay, so first off, we have this beautiful, I keep saying beautiful, but this is our Studwino unit, our Artec unit, okay? This is where we're going to be connecting, basically, it's going to be the bridge between our laptop and our robot that we're going to be constructing. So whatever coding aspects or whatever we're programming on the computer, that is going to be transferred into here. And then whatever instructions were transferred in here are going to be transferred into our robot. So that's basically the whole purpose of our unit. We're also going to be needing a battery pack, or else this thing isn't going to do anything. It's just going to stay still. We're going to be needing this USB cable because in order to connect this unit to the laptop, we just need something to connect it to the laptop because there's no sensor in my laptop so that the information can be transferred into there. We need to manually do it with this. All right, so we got those two. And then we need two servo motors. This is going to be taking care of the movement of our robot. And then last but not least, we have some discount blueberries. I'm just kidding. No. So we have some aqua blocks and some light aqua blocks. And that's what we're going to be starting off with first. Haha. I'm just going to put this bento box away. That, perfect. All right. So now what we're going to do, that's still connected from last time. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the block that has the wording on it, Artec, is facing upwards towards us. So we're just going to flip all of those up first. Wonderful. All right. So this step is kind of finicky because there's a specific way that we have to kind of format our blocks. So you see how they have like little blue churros sticking out at the end? What we want to do is we want to make sure that the churros on the bottom facing us is pointing to the right and the one on the top is pointing to the left. So we're just going to connect it like this. Whatever is right to me is going to be left to you, so just keep that in mind. And I'm just going to be doing the same thing here. Cool, so we got those two built, and now we actually need to line these correctly. So I'm just going to push that one aside. I'm going to start off with this first one first. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that the one on your right, the little churro that's sticking out, is going to be on the bottom, and the one on your left is going to be on the top. So this is what it looks like to me, but I'll show you what it's supposed to look like to you. So it's going to be, so the top one is going to be it should be on your left, and then this one should be on your right when you face it this way. So we're just going to connect it like that. Got our first pair of legs down. Now we just need to connect this part, and then we are solid. So it looks like we got our legs. See if I can balance this. Do you think I can do it? Oh, no. Did I? I understand why I connected this one incorrectly. Well, look at me there. All right. And this one is supposed to go like this. No wonder why it was lopsided. Okay, perfect. Now these should be able to stand. Perfect. So now what we need to do, I'll keep this table. We need to connect one of these to one of the tables. We're actually going to do that again. It doesn't really matter which motor you use because they're the exact same. So how we're going to connect the first motor, what we're going to do is we're just going to take our table here, and then we're going to take this bottom part here and we're going to attach it like so. We want our wider side, so it's going to be on my right here, so it will be on your left. So this is the wider side, and then this is the narrower side. And what I mean by narrower and wider is you see the space in between this block here and then this block here. It's a little bit wider than the space between this block and this block. So that's what I mean by narrower and wider. All right, so now we're going to move on to building the second part of it, which is going to be kind of the front of this robot. So now we have to connect this part, this little churro on the wider side, to one of these sides here. So I think it's this one here. I'm just going to double check. Yeah. So we're going to connect it right in there, like so. So now it looks like we have both of our parts here. So we got the front of the dog, and then we've got the behind of the dog. Now I called it a dog. It doesn't necessarily have to be a dog. It just looks like a dog to me. So that's what I'm gonna call it. And now in order to connect these two, what we need to do is we basically have to connect this part here to one of the blocks on this side here. So we're just gonna do it like this. So our dog is looking a little bit janky right now. I would try and rotate it a little bit more, but I am scared of possibly messing it up. What if I did, oh, that seemed to have, oh, no, that worked. Yep, okay, so it should look something like this now. Perfect. This is where our kit will come in handy. Oh, I just realized this is, oh, how long has this been on for? I hope that hasn't been on for long, or else I need to give it new batteries. All right, cool. So what we have to do now is we have to actually connect this robot to the unit here. So you see how there's like a red section that says D9, D10, etc. We're going to connect the head to D9, and we're going to connect the part nearest to the tail to D10. So I'm just going to take this part here and connect it where it's supposed to go. And then this part will go into D10. Wonderful. Cool, 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 cool. All right. Now, in order for things to actually happen, they won't happen right away, but in order to power it, we need to attach the battery to the unit. So in order to do that, you will see that there's this yellow section here. It says power, and then there's going to be a little slot, and that's exactly where we're going to put in our battery like this. Perfect. So that's not going to do anything right now because we haven't done any programming for this. So what we need to do is I am going to put this closer to me, and I'm going to share my screen. 1 second. Perfect. Perfect. So now you can see my screen. Oh, that's Zoom. So I'm just, can I exit out of that? Perfect. Cancel. I don't want that to happen. Okay, well, it looks like I need that. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this software. It's called Artex Arduino Software 2.0, and it looks something like this on your screen. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click Programming Environment, which is already clicked, and then I'm going to go to Icon Programming Environment, and then eventually it will, perfect. I'm going to full screen this. Now this is the set of instructions that we're going to input into our robot. So the first thing that we're going to do is we want this to loop through 4 sets of instructions. So we need to start this loop here, and we're going to end it at 4. And then you can basically decide how many times you want this set of instructions to kind of loop through. We're going to make it go forever. And for the operations, we're just going to take this servo motor, and we're only going to manipulate the attributes of the servo motor because we didn't actually utilize any sensors or any sound outputs. This is the only thing that we used. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the individual ones. So now we're going to go, we're clicking this here, and we're going to edit these two. We don't actually need to edit anything in D11 because we connected nothing to D11. So I'm just going to do this. Perfect. We're also going to make the speed a little bit more on the slower side because I get scared very easily. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to change these values. So the first one is going to be 120 for D9, and then this D10 is going to be 75. Perfect. And then we're going to go to the second one. And the second one is going to be, hold on, what did the instructions say? It says 60, and then this one says 75. So it's going to rotate at this kind of angle. These are all angles here, and you'll see what I mean in just a little bit. This one's going to be, wait, are they both 60, 75? Oh, yeah, okay, so this is 60. This is 105. Not 1050. And then this one is going to be 120. And then this one's going to be 105. Perfect. Okay. So it looks like we got that down. But since we got our program down and we run it, nothing is going to happen because we actually did not connect the unit to the laptop. So I'll show you exactly how we do that. Stop share. Perfect. Okay, so let's go back to our beautiful dog. I'm just going to call him Rudolph just because I can. We're going to take our USB cord, and you see how one of the metal sockets or one of the metal parts is a little bit wider than the other one? we're going to use the smaller one, and then we're going to connect it right next to power, so the yellow part, and we're just going to input it right in here. Now we're going to connect this USB cable to the USB port in our laptop or computer, whatever device we're using. So I'm just going to share the screen again, and then you'll hear a very, very lovely noise when you know that it's connected to the laptop. Ooh. There we go. See, it's saying for us. So now what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna make sure that this is off. That's perfect, it's off. So we're on the programming environment. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click run. We're going to transfer. So basically what that does is it takes all of the programming instructions that we just made, it's gonna transfer it to our unit, and then once we put the power on, the dog is going to be executing those instructions. So before I turn the power on, I'm going to share you exactly what Rudolph does. So I'm prepared to be scared. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay. Connecting to the board. Should be working. What I think is happening is that the batteries ran out. So basically I'm going to have to open this up a little bit. All right, so it looks like we got new batteries for this. Now we're just going to screw that back in. And hopefully this should work. Okay, maybe this is a software issue. Okay, silly me. So it wasn't a software issue. It wasn't because of the batteries. I literally connected the cables incorrectly. So I will show you what I mean. I'll show you what it's doing. So that's what our server walker is doing. So, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna pause this for a second. So you see how on one side there's a gray cable and on the other side there's a black cable? I put the gray cable on the wrong side. So that's that's why it wasn't working. So let's put it back on. Beauty. Oh my god. So yeah, we're just gonna make this go a little bit faster now because I'm feeling like, you know, I owe it to you guys. So we're just gonna bump up the speed here. Perfecto. Wow, okay. Cool, we're gonna transfer all that. Perfect. This thing's off, right? Cool, it's off, so nothing's gonna happen just yet. Just gonna wait till everything has been compiled. Perfect. Now we're just gonna stop sharing screen. And we're gonna go back to our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful robot. So, yeah, just gonna rotate Rudolph here. Perfect. Okay, because I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat. I'm just gonna keep my distance. Maybe there we go. Excellent. So it works perfectly. Yay. Okay, so here's like a little run down on like why exactly we inputted these numbers into here. So if I remember correctly, D9. Okay, so the head is D10, and then the area near the tail is D9. So basically, when we're giving something angles, for example, we're basically telling it to rotate at this angle. I don't know if you guys have learned angles yet in mathematics, but 90 degrees is this way, so so let's just say its initial point is here and we're telling it to rotate 90 degrees, it's gonna move like this. Initial position, current position. It's a little bit, I can't make a right angle, I'm not flexible enough. But basically, yeah, so these two sets of instructions here is just saying like we're going to rotate D9 and D10 at these angles, which kind of makes the two motors move so that it can walk, for a lack of better term. All right, so that's the first project. It's a pretty simple project, but as we kind of go through the book a little bit more, these projects you'll find will become more advanced and we'll actually start using colored lights, LED lights, and we're also going to be using some basically sound boxes. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching this. Stay safe and I'll see you guys for the next episode. One last thing. So if you couldn't tell, I have a picture of a really large chicken on my door. So if you guys have any suggestions and how to edit that picture, do you want me to add a background? Do you want me to give it a little outfit? Just let me know in the comments, and then the next episode, if there's any comments, you'll see some changes on that picture. So anyway, cheerio.